Well, as usual, I'm not announcing anything. Guess this is me streaming. I don't know. Who knows? I'm not. I don't know. I should be doing a bit more with social media. I should be in like announcing stuff, and I don't know. I'm not sure what I've got going here. Probably nobody watching right now. It's a weird time to stream early in the morning like this. I'm streaming on Bitwave also, but that's more of a nighttime thing. It gets hopping sort of more like after work time, that type of thing. We had an interesting conversation yesterday on Bitway. We were talking about music, musicians, rock musicians, fusion, jazz rock fusion people, and progressive rock people from the 70s and 60s and 80s and kind of that period of time. Um, since I'm a lot older than I look, I'm very familiar with that time period. That's the time when I was a teenager and buying albums, spending my allowance money on LP, albums. What we would call CDs these days, I guess, even though CDs are an old technology now. But everyone's just streaming it. I don't know. I feel like people make more money off streaming now because like if you've got a track and people like it, they could buy it and you could make that little bit of money. But whatever, if they stream it instead of buying it, if they stream it all the time and they just keep streaming it from places that are monetized, then you keep getting more money off of it. So it's kind of um So I don't know, like when I go to if I go to Bitwave only, um I have a feeling like I should I should also probably check and see if um let me see here. Can I just like open this in a new window so I can see if Stream's actually working on uh on Bitwave? I don't know. I think I'm like using their secondary. What happens here? Nothing. Maybe I should be using their says I'm offline. Maybe I should be using their mainline server. Uh, because it appears like I'm not really streaming right now, so maybe I should switch servers. I'm thinking maybe that's an issue. Uh, yeah, I never know what's going on with Bitwave. It's very strange, but so I think all I have to do, let me shut Bitwave off. Okay, there it's off. And then okay, there it's off now. Now it goes gray. Okay, now it's offline. Now I'm going to go in and edit the settings. And I think all I have to do is change the R to a W. Is that correct? Save. Right. I think that's correct, right? Let me like do I have a yeah, here I have like a here's my wave window. Um and I say like stream here, it'll just show you the All right. Edit profile. What's my profile? So let's see. Backup server, primary server. Um, all right, I guess I've got like I've got something going on here. Okay. Change your username. Right, okay, sure. This is all really that I need. I don't really need to set anything. Let's go back to my all this. Okay. All right. I think it might work now. Let me see what happens when I go live on it. See what happens. It's all very buggy, so um I'm not really seeing anything. Of course, I just went live, so it's 10 or 20-second delay, so not really sure what refresh this, I guess. Get anything. I'm really not seeing anything here on. Let me see what this says. Say unable to connect. Okay. All right. All right, hang on a second. So if I go here, copy this. Hang on. I'm gonna delete it then. Start it over. Oh, hang on. Yeah, let's remove that. And then let's start another one. If it works, able to connect. Okay, I mean, it could be that it's just down right now. But let me see what I've got here. I need uh so add. So I'm gonna add something. I go a custom. Okay. I can paste that in there. Copy the key. Okay, right. And I'll add that. Okay. There it is. I can also edit it and label it bitwave, right? Okay. All right. Unable to connect. Okay, let me see. So unable to connect. Um, let's try where's that information? Um where the settings are. Where are the settings? I don't remember. It kind of shows you like here we go, server configuration. Okay. So I could try this, right? Uh says offline, right? Okay, so uh right. Okay. Sure. Okay. Right. Trying the alternate server again. Not sure it's gonna work, so try it. We'll see what happens. Sending data. Um yeah. Online, it says. Says online. Okay. Okay, let me go to my channel and now. Yeah, it is. Okay, well I had to refresh that, I guess. I don't know what happened. Uh so okay, I guess I shouldn't be like well, I guess everything is oh hi, in Trovo, thank you for joining. I didn't see you there. I've got Robert Hay. I don't know if I missed you. I don't know if you're still there watching. But I'm not sure why anyone would join my channel. I'm making non-quality, non-content at this moment. Um but it's good to see you there on Trovo. Uh yeah, Mixer, yeah, I'm inside now. I used to sit on my back porch and stream from my laptop. I haven't been doing that, but I used to sit quietly sometimes and do nothing. Yeah. Sometimes I would just start reading stuff and I would just sit there, you know. I mean, it's almost like um it's almost like I had no idea what I was doing. Almost as though. But I don't know. Yeah, I'm just I flipped on my stream, but I didn't flip on any lights, and um, I don't know. I really what should I do with this here? I guess I don't need this up anymore. So um, hey, straight man, good to see you again. Um, I guess I got all the bugs worked out anyway, so that's something. I was able to get Bitwave to connect, so that's at least um, that's at least some kind of progress. I don't know. I tried using, it wouldn't connect, and then I tried using the main server, and that wouldn't work, and then I went back to the alternate server, and then Bitwave connected. So I'm not sure what's going on, but it's working now. Seems to be working on all platforms. Um, so yeah, I don't know. We were talking about some interesting things yesterday. I feel like I feel like we got into some interesting musical subjects yesterday. It's kind of interesting. That's kind of unusual. Even though I'm a musician, I don't usually talk about music that much, especially not what music, um, like music that's coming out, or I don't know. I talked a little bit about balkanization one time, and I think that was, mostly about, that's this idea that everybody's kind of off in their own world these days, listening to stuff that has an audience, but it's spread all over the world. So basically, if you meet some random person, no, they won't have heard of whatever it is you like. And kind of everyone's in that situation now. Most people don't listen to super popular stuff. In fact, I think like the super popular stuff is not even all that popular like it used to be. So everyone's listening to boutique music, SoundCloud music. If someone is really good in SoundCloud and they rise to the not to the top but to the fore a little bit, and then so where they start getting an audience, lots of people will start listening to them. But you know, it could be a relatively large number, but they could be divided among a lot of geographical locations. So it's not like in the 50s when everyone was listening to Elvis Presley, and everybody knew who he was, and everyone heard all of his hits, and there were only a few radio stations, and that's where you heard everything. And it's kind of not like that anymore. Um, Although there is still radio, and there are still top 40s, but even like the ratings now, they include streaming and such, and um all this stuff that people listen to now. That's Oh, you know what? I was just wondering too. Did I didn't turn my filters off on my microphone, did I? Because I was really monkeying around with stuff yesterday. Um, did I know? I guess everything's still set, so that's good. Oh yeah, and of course there's the task, the chore of um going into the YouTube settings and fixing them. So and which I can't use. Let me copy this link because I have to use another browser that's logged into my actual curvycom account, my one I'm streaming on. And then if I paste, let me see, um I should get the stream right. I should mute that, right? I should mute this if it's not muted here either. We'll see. Yeah, it needs to be muted there. Um so um yeah, like not a lot of people watching on YouTube this morning, but if a couple, I guess. Um I should like edit, so I should edit this video and I should change the settings on it because it's all wrong. Um, I'll change it to uh okay, let me save that and let me see playlists. I usually just put stream of consciousness. That's another one. Um, I'll just okay, let's see. I don't know. I could always do that. I usually put the location too. And I think that's about it. It's set to entertainment. I already did that before, and then I can set that stuff and uh is that about it? Um okay, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure what else to put in here tag wise. Uh right. Sure. Okay. Well, I guess that looks good. I guess that's everything filled out. Uh sure. All right, I'll save that. I think that's about all I can do as far as settings. While with a stream in progress. I mean, I could put a thumbnail in or something, but I'm not going to bother with that. Um, so I don't know, like this is a kind of Morning Joe kind of thing. Look at that. That's like amazingly good light. I'm looking at my stream like on Restream and oh, is that's just because hang on, let me refresh this. See what happens. Might be darker now. It was light because I had a big white screen up. But it was kind of impressive how good it looked considering I don't have any lights on, but that's just because I had a big white screen in front of me. I could flip my um um you know, I mean, it would be cool to someday have at least 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. Considering I don't ever do anything controversial, you know, I mean, I think it's terrible how they're treating creators, you know, on these big tech platforms. But I mean, I never really say anything that is controversial. I'll either game or I'll talk about very innocuous stuff. Um, so I don't know, like that. I'm in that category of person that. Although I feel like I'm demoted on YouTube even to a great extent. Um, if I make a video and I put it on YouTube, and I have like say 250 plus subscribers. I don't know exactly how many, but it's 200 and something, in the mid 200s. And if I put it on YouTube, I'll get a few views, you know, maybe I'll get 10 or 15 views if I'm lucky. And if it's something interesting, maybe a few people will refer it, or it'll get more recommended or whatever. But you know, I'll get a 10 or 20 views. But if I put it on BitChute, where I only have a few subscribers, really haven't put much effort into BitChute, it will get several hundred views, and they have a much, much smaller user base. So, and I'm not sure that like putting a live stream on BitChute would be a good use of it, but I don't really have any other things that I do, except I do piano streams sometimes. And oh, hey, Sari. What whoosh are whoosh? What just went over my head? And I don't know, if I put something on BitChute though, it'll get several hundred views. And that's with a much smaller user base and with only a few, so I have less than 10 subscribers on there. Whoosh, oh, that's just, it's you appearing. It's not something going over my head. Okay, all right. So I thought I missed a joke, or I missed something, or I said something funny or something without realizing it. So like, I've got my multi-chat thing on, and so I can see everything except Trovo, so I got a Trovo window up, and someone from Mixer actually showed up on Trovo who remembered me from Mixer, and that was kind of cool. And then I've got Bitwave going also. Not for the faint of heart if you go there, but you know, any of the comments you get are I mean, the comments you get are likely to be real trolly there, but on the other hand, it's getting less so the longer I've been on there. So, I'm not sure I really, uh, know what I'm doing on there either, but, if I go to, if I take this stream off the main tech platforms and just go to Bitwave only, like toward the end of the stream, then I should probably record it so I can upload it to BitChute. That's probably a thing I should do. I don't even have like I don't have a chat. I don't have a chat widget up. I could put one up, you know, for that. But I'm just I experimented a little bit with like recording the real piano yesterday. I didn't stream it, but I just kind of experimented with like ways of doing that. Without like getting my best microphones out there. And so one of the things I discovered a long time ago is if you have two very, very bad microphones, they don't have to be that good. Like if they're even if they're really mediocre or not very good at all, but you put if you're recording like some live music, like from a piano or something like that, and if you put one mic sort of closer and then one mic farther away, and you take each mic and you put one mic all the way on the left channel and the other mic all the way on the right channel, and record it that way. If you listen to them separately, they'll sound horrible, but together they'll sound really good. and I'm not sure why, but it creates some kind of an illusion. The mic that's farther away, you put one farther away, but you line level them, so they, you adjust the level so they're the same. They're basically the same volume on the VU meter, and so when you record that way, you can actually get a pretty good recording with terrible microphones. It's really actually pretty surprising. I used to do it a lot. Like I'd make tapes when I was a kid. I'd make tapes for like friends or whatever, and I'd just record live on cassette, and I'd record like that, and I was amazed at how good it sounded because you got really good stereo separation, and the two mics that were different distances away from the source, you got a slight phase delay, and that would create a little brightness or magic in the sound. And like I said, if you put on headphones or listen to them on speakers, it would sound really good compared to if you only heard either channel separately. Um, and I've also got some pretty good, like my Yeti is a pretty good stereo mic, so I feel like it could actually probably make a pretty good recording of a live instrument. But I'm not really sure. I've never tried it for recording music. This is really what I'm supposed to be doing, is recording music, and I'm getting around to it today. I'm probably not going to do it right away, but if I do it, it'll just kind of be incidental. I'll just turn the piano on here, and I'll just play with it a little bit. Um, I haven't upgraded my piano program yet. They did release version 7 recently, and I'm sure it's a vast improvement because that's how it is when they introduce new versions of it. It's pretty amazing. Um, what's another subject? Okay, like dreadlocks. Um, uh, what is wrong with my hair? Someone said, but I mean, that was just a snappy remark. But there actually is something wrong. Uh, Pianotech 7 is a waste of money. Why is that? Is that because I was even thinking of upgrading to the next level of functionality. Oh, the morphs. Oh, I wouldn't use the morphs, but greetings from Germany. Division Anskar. Greetings back to you in Germany. All gimmicky, huh? That's interesting. Well, did you get it? Did you get it, Anarcho? Um, I mean, but yet still, that some of the sound stuff is probably improved, so that's what makes me think it's be worth getting. Like, um, yeah, I don't really see, I don't, I mean, I use it just for making good piano sounds, and I think, uh, yeah, I thought I read some modeling improvements. Like, and so they're redoing or remodeled some of their good pianos. Um but I don't know. I didn't look at, like I kind of do. I don't read those spec sheets very closely. I tend to look at them and read them from the center out. So, um it's I don't I'm I'm not a detail oriented person. This is part of my problem. So but anyway, if I do turn it on, I will just kind of poke around on it. I don't really feel like I don't know. I don't really feel like I'll do anything very directed. I'll, like, Owen Benjamin, he'll like play a little piece and talk about it and a little bit, and maybe that's about as much as I'll do. Um so yeah. Um just sitting in the dark streaming on a Monday morning. Um I have to go to Flagstaff later today, so that will be an interesting thing, which I think uh, um, but you know, I like his take on classical musicians, classical composers, and how he compares them to different um, personality like archetypes. I find that very interesting. Um, I've been following him since he got banned. Although I hear he got unbanned. Is that true? Like he could be back on YouTube. Like a lot of people that got unbanned, they just use their YouTube channel to promote their BitChute channel these days. Um, or you know, they unbanned the guy that started like Brighteon or something, and that was weird. But then Brighteon guy started like just promoting his site, and then they rebanned him again. So um, yeah, he's on BitChute. I've watched him on BitChute, but I heard some people like that got unbanned, but I don't like uh YouTube is weird. Like the weird stuff they do, it's very strange. Like I can't figure out what. Yes, Germany guy. Yes, I'm a musician, but you know, I'm probably not gonna play until if I play, I'm gonna play later, and I probably do multi-line improvisation because that's kind of what I work on. Um, but you know, my sound setup is such that I always have to monkey around with it. If unless I set it up in advance, I always have to kind of monkey around with it in order to get it to work right and not overdrive and stuff. And it doesn't even sound that good on a stream, but um uh um you know, I have a pretty hokey setup here. I've got my Chinese microphone, and I hardly ever use my Yeti. You know, like if I want to sound really good, I can put this thing on and I can turn it on. I can put the monitor in directly so I can hear myself, and you know, it keeps my voice modulated a little quieter, and the filters make it sound better. But I haven't been using it lately. It's just been sitting here, and I've just used it as a monitor a lot of the times. And I used to have it mounted up there, but then I mounted this one. So um it's hanging from a bunk bed. This is like a bunk bed desk. It's like a little desk, and then it has a bunk bed on it, which right now has all my Costco stuff stored on top of it. Um and yeah, usually people don't pop in for on Bitwave and say things that are normal, like greetings from Germany, I'm new here, but that's nice when people do, you know. Usually they spam the N-word over and over, um and then insult you in as many ways as they can. And you know, that's fine. I mean, I like that they can do that. It's good. I think that people can say what they want and not be banned. So that's why I never ban anyone or mute anyone. I never did, even on Mixer. People were pretty rude on Mixer too, although, you know. Yeah, exactly. I wish I could repeat that. I wish I could read that comment. Uh, Nexus. I wish I could read that. What does it say? What's that tag that's by your? You have a tag on your user ID. I know I see that sometimes. I don't know what that is unless it's just a symbol. Or do you like pay for that because you have a pro membership on Bitwave or something? Oh, you're a mod. I see. Okay. Um, right. Okay. Yeah. Like the most popular streamer on Bitwave just like goes on Omegle and talks to random people and calls them racial epithets, and that's like maybe you could watch that for about 15 seconds before it gets boring, but um I don't know. I mean, it doesn't do anything for me. It's not that funny. Um I mean, sometimes he says more than that. It's not, like that's all he does, but sometimes it's a little funnier, but I don't know. You have to really want to sit there and listen for a while to. And then basically he's just antagonizing these people, and most of them are kids. So, I don't know. I mean, it's like if you have a free speech platform, is that all you're going to do with it? That's kind of my reaction to it. Is that what you want to do? Don't you want to talk about some of the things you can't talk about on big tech um, that are more substantive? Um, that to me is more like a better use of alt tech. But even then, I mean that's it's. But like I said, that you're gonna get a lot of uh. But I mean, it's yeah, like that. I mean, and I feel like the guy is just larping anyway. You know, I feel like he's just larping. He's not even like he acts like he's this white um like racist kind of guy, but yet I mean I don't think he actually even is white, so he's like larping as that type of person. So like I don't even know like if he doesn't even seem serious. Like I think most of the people that say this stuff are just saying it for shock value anyway. So I don't know. Yeah, it's but it's popular. He's the most popular one on Bitwave, so it's obviously working for him. So, you know. It's almost like I see the thing is that like all the people that want to say all this shock value stuff, they're banned everywhere else, so they have to go to a little site like Bitwave so they can cut loose, right? And if they were allowed to say the same stuff on YouTube, you would hardly see it because it would be so rare, because it'd be drowned out by every other kind of comment that people make, and stuff. So it's like, and so even the real shock value streamers and video makers and stuff that I mean, you had to search that stuff out. It's not the it's in the vast minority of content, and you know to the extent that it gets views on Bitwave, it's because it's you can't see it anywhere else. So that makes it concentrate on a few alt tech streaming platforms, and so you've got um you've got that sort of, I don't know. So uh oh, I see. I'm getting these pop-ups because I'm using Brave browser, so it's showing me the ads periodically. um Streaming in the dark in a dark room in the mid morning. I don't know. I should like um what's not supported? Oh, get. So like so like but it's interesting because Bitwave is such a small platform, and relatively so many people come on the stream on there. So, for me to being a small streamer, never doing anything to really attract an audience, it's kind of interesting that so many people come on, and you know, people are starting to wake up a little. It's getting a little later, so people are starting to uh so what is this link that uh I got to look at this. What am I looking at here? Okay. Uh-huh. Can't tell about that. Tell about this either, but I'll say yes. Right? Uh oh, this is the okay. This is the I see. I see. So, all right, let's have a look here. I put my chat client back where it was. Seriously? Let's have a listen to this. Well, that is interesting. And it got 2.5 million views, July 21, 2012. All right. It sounds very whimsical. So what's the story of this guy? It's an album. You can actually go to it on YouTube. So I'm assuming it's a real published album. Uh, What channel is that in? Uh, I don't have my Discord. I mean, I have my Discord in the background, but let me see here. There's this, and then there's this. It's an image, and it's in. All right, let me look at it. Oh, this is an obituary. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Wow. So it's a screen cap of it's a screen cap of this obituary comment on probably on that same video. It looks like a YouTube comment. Looks like a picture of a YouTube comment. Uh yeah, I'm live. I don't know how to even do reruns on Bitwave, so um I'm not even sure how to do that. Some people do that, I notice, on Bitwave. I don't know if you need a bot to do that or if you need an upgraded account to do that or whatever. Um I don't know, like I used to do reruns all the time on Twitch, and I actually got more subscribers as a result of that. It was strange. But I used to kind of get let it go 24/7, and then when I would stream I would uh yeah. I assume so, yeah, for reruns, yeah. But I don't have a membership right now, so I'm just streaming. I don't have any special privileges on Bitwave. Um, but you know, it's interesting. I had a friend that this makes me think of someone. So uh I had a friend that killed himself in a most spectacular way, and he was a very troubled guy, but uh he loved like industrial music from, you know, sort of that Skinny Puppy period of time, you know that. And you know, there's that whole Ministry, Skinny Puppy, Rob Zombie kind of universe where all these guys know each other and collaborate on each other's albums and stuff. Um and uh my stream is just about whatever. I don't know. I don't really have a stream. It's low quality or no it's low quality non-content. So I don't know what, like the title is something similar to that, or no quality non-content, or non-quality non-content, or something like that. I just don't have my lights turned on. I'm sitting in a dark room. Um, I'm actually streaming on like 6 platforms at the moment. Um, anyway, so here's like one thing. I had this friend, and he was really into this industrial music. And one day, this is a long time ago. This is maybe 30 years ago, in the 90s, probably, right? So, sometime in the 90s, mid 90s, maybe something like that, 94, 95, something like that. Um, and he like brought a mixtape. So not just telling me about the music that he loved, but he just played it, all this stuff for me, and then told me what he thought was so cool about it. And then he later committed suicide by blowing his girlfriend's brains out, and then killing himself. Well, maybe I shouldn't have said that on big tech, but I mean that's what happened. He committed suicide, and it was a terrible, terrible thing. And but in any case, this is probably why I'm demoted on YouTube, because I inadvertently say things like this without thinking about it. So, because I think I don't ever talk about anything controversial, which I generally don't. But um, um, well, I can't. Let's see, who is that? That's Troll WVHM. Uh, my answer to that is I don't know. No, I don't. I don't think so. I guess no. No, I mean no. I don't think so. I don't know. I really don't care about that kind of stuff. I mean, right now, like right now, those aren't the people that are being demonized anyway. So the people that are going to have to wear the yellow stars are like people who voted for Donald Trump. Oh, I'm saying that on mainstream tech too. So, um, but I mean, that's I'm usually not interested in that kind of stuff too. But I mean, yeah, I don't buy that idea, because people are all different. Um, I am not in the band Corn. Um, the only way in which I resemble the Corn guy is because I have dreadlocks, but that's the only reason. I don't resemble him in any other way. So, um, um, so, well, that's nice to hear. Um, it's weird. I got 3 windows open, so I got one for Bitwave chat, I got one for Trovo chat, and then I got another one for everything else, which gets captured every it captures all the other things I stream to. Um, and they're all active today. That's unusual, for me to do a stream and have like this many people chatting. It's unusual. Oh well, usually lots of people are chatting on Bitwave because everyone you know everyone telling you KYS, basically. um but I don't know, the longer you hang out on Bitwave, the less of that you get, and the more of substantive comments you get after a while, so that's good. um uh well, I mean, I guess they all have a right to their opinion, and like I was saying earlier, I mean, one of the reasons why there's a lot of, I think a lot of it is just for shock value. Um, I feel like, I feel like, I mean, like when we were kids, we would say, like in grade school, we would say the most vile stuff to each other. We didn't really mean it, like, um, we would say stuff like that. It was joking around and it was for shock value. So we would say shocking stuff to each other because it was shocking. Um Naughty, oh, it's good to see you. Um um Naughty is a very interesting guy. Um he is, I can't begin to say, like, he's a multi-dimensional and actually a very deep thinker. Um and also super funny. Hi EXI on YouTube. So do some of you uh Bitwave trolls want to sub to me on YouTube so I can eventually get 1,000 subs? Uh no, I agree. I agree. I mean, there's all kinds, but like I said, if they were allowed to do and say whatever they want on any platform, you would hardly see them because there's not really that many of them. So, Hans. Um, I don't know. Like, I'm never gonna get 1,000 subscribers. I just don't have a hook. I don't have a reason. Um, well, I mean, I'm probably already doxxed a million times over. I mean, it's so easy to dox people. It's not even a challenge. I mean, there are sites that help you do it. So, like, who the heck am I? I'm just some dude, some random dude on the internet. You know. Um. So. Well, you guys, I was on JDanks the other day, and they were talking about it. And they talk about, like, the sites they use, and you can type someone's username in and see if they've used it on other sites, and you can find out things like how long they've been on these other sites, and you know things like that. I don't know. It's um. Levlevant. So, like, where are all these guys coming from? Like, someone's on Twitch now, and some random on the internet with sick dreads. That is, he says. Yes, dreadlock gang. Oh, so, um, but um, Hans. Now, one thing I will. They are attached. Yes, they are. Okay, it's not a wig. So, no, I'm not much of a druggie. Um, I did try a few things when I was younger, but I don't know. It's not for me. I would say the most pleasant thing I ever experienced drug wise was probably alcohol. So, alcohol gives you a mellow feeling. It kind of calms you down. If you tend to be, I kind of tend to be an up type person, hype in some ways. And so, something that calms you down um is probably a better feeling, but I don't really do that stuff. Plus, I mean, the guys that were doxing me the other day, they were like digging into all my stuff and in JDanks and you know um it's it's I'm a pretty I'm like an LDS member, but I'm like pretty unusual for that, I guess you could say. But naughty pastor is praying for me to get a white man's haircut. I mean, I don't know. I've actually wanted to do this for a long time, and I finally got around to it. Here to show my support, and I can't read your username. Oh, Myers. Oh yeah, Myers, you're cool. Myers is cool. That's nice. Thank you, Myers, for popping in, even if it's only for a second. Um, I never do a stream that's worth watching, so anyone that watches, I find this amazing. I think a lot of people use drugs because I think they're self-medicating. Um, um, yeah, Myers Gaming is like he's a Twitch guy. He's in Germany. Um, um, you can't see all the chat, of course. The restream bot doesn't restream onto um but I think like a lot of people self-medicate. I used to smoke cigarettes and I did that for a few years in my my early 30s, early to mid 30s. And boy, did it help me straighten out my life. I was able to balance so many things, work a bunch of jobs, and have a business. And then when I quit smoking, it was like it went back to the way it was before, and I couldn't do anything. Um, uh, when I so I don't know. Oh, Denmark. Yeah, Myers is in Denmark. Okay. I thought you spoke German though. Didn't I speak German with you, Myers? Uh, I thought I spoke a little. I speak a little German. My mother is German. So, or maybe you just know how to speak German. I'm not sure, but uh yeah, I mean I lost a friend. I was saying talking earlier about my friend that um uh took his own life, and he shared his love for industrial music with me and showed me, he showed me what was good about it and why he liked it and really gave me the tour through it. Now I call that the Dead Craig tour because, getting the Dead Craig tour is having someone who really loves something that you can't quite relate to it, but they walk you through it. They give you so many details that you start to understand why they like it. Um, but um, but yeah, I'd say the only kind of benefit I ever got out of any kind of a drug was probably smoking cigarettes, and I did that, like I said, for about 8 years or six or I don't know, some number of years, not that many, but most people start when they're in grade school. I never smoked until I got a little older. And then it was I don't know what to say because it's more than the nicotine. Because I tried vaping and other things like that, and I tried nicotine patches and then every other ADD medicine that you could have, and really nothing worked as well for managing ADD type symptoms than smoking cigarettes. And so there's a combination of alkaloids in cigarette smoke that is not just the nicotine, it's more than that. And I still did ADD type stuff. People would still laugh at me and say, "Oh yeah, Dave, you really got it going on." And I still did things, made a lot of U-turns, but somehow I would have to. I still was able to manage a lot of things. And so, and when I quit, like, so I had like I went back to school during this time when I was smoking, and I had an almost perfect GPA. In fact, if I wasn't so iconoclastic in my papers, I would have probably had a 4.0 GPA, but as it was, I had a 3.8. And then when I quit smoking, it was just like back to the way it was before, like when I was in high school or college the first time. I couldn't finish tests, I couldn't finish my homework, I couldn't get anything done. And like I said, I tried a lot of the a lot of the ADD stuff with prescription, and it helps some. Like even the vaping helped a little, but different things I tried. But people that smoke cigarettes and drink coffee, usually they're treating their ADD symptoms. Um, and smoking is very difficult on your body in a lot of ways. So, I mean, I used to work out really hard to help compensate for that, and that did help. Uh, but um, Keanu Reeves looking kind of different. What happened? I don't know. I'm sitting in the office with the lights turned off, so um um if you tried what is it? How do you say that? Viv dance? Uh um yeah, well, pineapple, I'm just hanging out doing stuff. I don't know. Um uh Yeah, I don't know about, like performance enhancing drugs. I've never tried any of that, like some of these designer things that try to like that hack your brain or make you smarter or whatever. I've never actually done a lot of that. Um, I've heard like a lot of the tech giant type people have been trying to do these things. So I don't really know. I'm not sure like what is this Vivance? How do you say it? I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but whatever it is, what does it do? What is it? How does it? Oh, okay. Well, that's true. But I mean, like I tried something called Stratera, and it had like a bunch of horrible side effects, but and it made the world feel like it was going in slow motion, which was strange, you know. Made me feel like I had a lot more time, so maybe it worked in a sense. I think my wife told me that that's the one that affected me the most. Although even then, like I didn't have the ability to do the kind of things I did when I was smoking cigarettes. So it's a slow release drug, I see. Yeah. Um, that's probably a newer one. I've because I stopped trying them after a while. That's one I haven't heard of. Um, I've heard people have had really good results using certain types of brain exercises in the Norse areas, like in Sweden and the Norselands. I understand that they do uh I understand they tend to use mental like they tend to use exercise as work instead of drugs for most ADD. And the interesting thing about ADD is though that you can some of them are proven make you learn languages faster and such. Yeah. I mean, I guess that's probably a thing. Um so I've got 6 people watching me on Bitwave, the smallest platform in the universe, except maybe Robot Streamer is probably even smaller than this. Um, and I haven't tried that yet. I think I may have gotten an account, but I don't think I've tried streaming to it yet. Um, I wonder if like I was wondering about like BitChute, like why they don't just acquire a small stream platform instead of creating their own from the ground up. Uh, uh, yeah, and I used to take Ritalin, and I thought Ritalin worked pretty well, and I took the very lowest dose of it that you could take, and that I felt like was kind of effective, similar in some ways to smoking, but not the same. Like it wasn't worth it. Like I don't know. Yeah, I mean that's probably true. I don't know. Like it's it's expensive to run a streaming platform. So I mean that's a lot of data. It's a lot of bandwidth and it's a lot of storage if you save it. Like YouTube saves your streams forever and that's just like nobody can afford to do that. So I mean that's so much bandwidth. That's buying servers constantly, putting up new servers and uh yes, it's not good for your lungs. I mean that it's not good for your whole body. It's bad for like physically and in all kinds of ways. So, yeah, yeah, I do believe that's true, Naughty Monk. I believe that's true. I am much better at certain things than others. So if I have to hyper focus on something, I'm really good at that. So, mm, um that's that's a thing. Um I've tried some of the patches. I tried nicotine patches to try to simulate the smoking without all the other health problems you would get smoking. But like I said, I think that the drug effect of cigarette smoke was probably more than the nicotine because there's like 1,500 chemicals in there. And so it was probably a combination of alkaloids, not just nicotine, that was causing the positive effects. And so, and like I said, it didn't seem to treat it. It didn't change the ADD kind of things I did, but it made me handle and process them in a different way. So, I managed to get more things done and I managed to get back around to things that I'd forget to do. And, I don't know. And at the time I was learning to use my calendar as a planner, um, and writing things down. Um, so yeah, I mean it was interesting because it definitely changed some things. I don't know. I'm looking at myself. I'm looking at my image in OBS and realize how like asymmetrical my face is, especially when I talk. Like, I kind of do like I move my jaw to the side when I say certain things, and to me it feels like I'm. But yeah, I did find that I perform better when I smoked cigarettes, better than any other ADD drug. Uh, but yeah, when I was a smoker, I used to go to a gym. I used to do a workout 6 days a week, and I was in super good shape at the time. I'm not really, although I still have some benefits from it. I haven't been exercising like that. But I remember one time I went to the gym and a friend of mine went with me and another dude was about my size, maybe a little bigger. But my truck, my battery went dead, and we were trying to push start my truck, and um, I was in such good shape that we were trying to push it. We didn't realize it until later that we were actually trying to push it uphill, which but um, he just threw up from that physical exertion, and I didn't throw up at all. There just weren't enough of us. There weren't enough of us. There's only two of us, and we just couldn't push that truck slightly uphill fast enough to get it to push start it, because it was a 3 on the tree Ford F100, and um and then just miraculously, a bunch of guys showed up in a pickup truck, a bunch of guys from Mexico, and they just jumped out and they said, "Hey, we give you a push." And they all got out of the truck and they were playing their mariachi music on the stereo, and they all pushed, and we got the truck started. It was awesome. Like, I think I'd left my headlights on, like that's a thing, another thing that ADD people do. Um, yeah, but it was interesting because I had been doing this workout for so long that I was in really good shape and didn't even realize how good a shape I was in, that I could just do this, like, constantly exert trying to push this truck up the hill. We couldn't get it going fast enough, but I wasn't even winded, and my friend got so winded that he was like throwing up. It was terrible. I feel bad for him. And I still know him too. He lives just one town over from me, down the hill. Down the hill in Cottonwood, which, I already say that I live in Sedona, so there's no point doxing me, because I mean, I think I even put Sedona on my stream on YouTube. It actually has a location on it. So, but um yeah, my friend, he lives down in Cottonwood, and he has a business down there. And I haven't seen him in about a month, but I should go down and visit him. I used to visit him, like, I started visiting him recently. I just got reconnected with him after about 6 years of not seeing him. And he's a pretty cool dude. He's very unusual, as like all of my friends are. But I mean, I don't know, like, the people that end up, like, being drawn to me are usually people with unusual brains anyway. I'm not sure why that is, but that's I don't know. I should, like, get something to eat or something. What time is it? It's like, I should, like, I'm not gonna cook, but maybe I should make some oatmeal or something. I don't know, just for, like, when my wife wakes up. I wonder if she'll want to eat something. If she had something ready made, it would make her day so much easier, because we have to go to Flagstaff later on this morning. So, um, maybe it is so it's like almost everyone I know has either an abnormal brain or they have actually brain damage of some kind. Like my friend Jerry the communist, his he's got brain damage. He was in a horrible accident when he was real young, like in high school, and so he's very unusual because of that. Although he doesn't seem abnormal, but he is. He is. And my wife has, she had relapsing, remitting MS through her whole life. So her brain has been reformatted a number of times. And so she's very unusual. I have this friend, Angus, that um, got in some kind of a horrible accident when he was in his 20s, and he had brain damage from it. And he was very pretty disabled from it, actually. Although he was hilarious. I think he eventually died of his condition, of his in uh and yeah, you never see that. I mean, that's almost a given, I in a sense, but I don't know, like he voted for Trump this time, so I mean, he's very different now than he was. I don't know. I mean, he didn't have much. He had brain damage, and then he went right to Columbia University. So of course he's a communist. It's just par for the course. But he is a good guy, and he's an unusually good friend to anyone who knows him. He's a pretty good. He's not a very good judge of character. That part of his brain, I think, was the part that was damaged. So he's constantly getting screwed over by people. But um yeah, I mean, he's not much of a communist these days. That's what I've noticed. So, it's interesting how people have, like how much he's morphed his way of looking at anything. Like he really uh identified or related to the Trump outsider populism, kind of thing. So here, this is more than I ever talk about politics, but it's interesting in his case because, he really, I've known him for several decades, and he's really gone through a lot of strange changes. And I don't know, my best friend from grade school, one of my best friends, probably my best friend that I still know, that I still keep in touch with from grade school, is a pathological liar. And that's also very interesting and not at all normal. He's a very entertaining guy to know. I mean, you can't really depend on him for anything, but um, but you kind of wonder like how someone uh oh, I know. And then you the I tried yeah, that's I agree. That can all happen. Um I had trouble with that also. And so there's one particular antidepressant I remember. I don't take anything now, but there is one particular antidepressant that I tapered off of it carefully and over a long period of time, but I felt like I was dizzy, like I was going to fall over, probably for half a year, you know? Like I couldn't ever get my balance quite. And I can't remember which one that was. I wasn't even on it for that long, and it didn't help depression. I think the one that helped depression the most was one called uh I can't remember what it was called now. That's a senior moment I guess I'm having. Um yeah, I what was it called, that drug? I chose that one at some point because it also helps ADD a little bit. Um Something with an R, but I just can't remember it right now. Um and I think it probably helped the most, this one with the R, and it didn't have side effects as much. but I just decided, I didn't know. I mean, basically, one thing you got to come to terms with is that life is depressing. You know, I mean, here we are. We're here for a wink of an eye. We get old. Life is so short. That is a depressing proposition, and you just have to come to terms with that. You know, and the more you come to terms with it, the easier it is to deal with it without taking any drugs, unless there's something really, really wrong with your brain. And maybe, in those, I'm not giving medical advice clearly, but I mean, I feel like people are too quick maybe to go to the antidepressants, possibly. But, you know, life is difficult, if you have a shock or something horrible happens in your life, I think probably having some alcohol is an appropriate response to that. You know, it's certainly a very, like, alcohol, for example, is an effective tranquilizer, and it probably does take the edge off a painful event in your life. So, um, um, I think medicinally, probably alcohol is pretty good and has yeah, that's kind of interesting, isn't it? You know, I think alcohol is pretty good for how do I do that? Play an album for the chat. Can you do it? I don't know how to do it. I have it on the uh is there a chat bot that how do I do it? You sent me a link, didn't you, for that, for the chat bot or whatever? I don't know. I don't know how to do it. Like, does it just play over my stream, or does it cuz I don't have oh, you can tie the audio to your stream. Yeah, yeah. I mean, um that's what I thought. I would just be playing it out over the stream. But is there a way to, like, you know what? Like, I've got, like, things I can already do, things I probably could do if I worked on it, if I became acquainted with it. Uh okay, so you're just talking about playing it over the stream. Well, I don't want to do that right now because I'm going to go get something to eat, and I'm going to be away from the camera for a little bit. So uh yeah, I don't even have it set up right now. Like, I don't even have anything set up to play over the stream. I could play it when I'm gone or whatever. Will I get claimed? I'll get claimed though, like on YouTube, won't I? And they'll boot me off Facebook. That's the thing with the big tech platforms. If you make one peep that they perceive as copyrighted, they boot you off on Facebook. So, not that anyone ever watches me on Facebook, although it happens every once in a while. When I was doing my dreadlocks on Facebook, they actually, several people actually watched me on Facebook because I was, like, showing how it was done. I was when it was right when I was starting it. Um, yeah, I mean, like, so if I go behind if I go onto Bitwave only, uh, maybe then it would be okay because it doesn't really matter. But um, I could also expose you to music that is like the creator's too small to do copy claiming and stuff and is in the expansion. I get that a lot, Trolley. I get that a lot. Um, so especially on Bitwave for some reason. Um, and yeah, I've also got to. It's time to. It's time to do like so let me see here. Let me see what I've got as far as if I want to create a new window, I can shut this off and yeah, I get that a lot too. That's a normal one you get. Oh, MXR. What are they gonna do here? So I don't know. I don't know. I didn't know trolls weren't allowed to whisper. Um let's see what we got here. So there's 3 videos basically, and these are I wish I had a gimmick. I don't, you know, that's the trouble with me is I don't really have one. I do talk really slowly though. Um I'm trying to figure out like how to all right, let me see. Where's my OBS here? So I could do like this, right? And then can I just get this, right? And then this is the idea of balkanization. Like nobody's heard of this this creator, but she has like 532 subscribers on YouTube and she's on SoundCloud also. But um but I'll just play these, and I guess I better make sure my settings are right. I actually don't know. Like I think I have the stream sound muted, and let me see. This isn't muted, I think. Let's see what happens here. See if I just click play all and what happens. There we go. it's just a weird picture. So, like, here's a video. Well, there you are. It's not a playlist, it's just a random artist. It's a random artist I picked. Boy, it got a lot of comments though. um Well, yeah, I would put. I played some Jake Hill the other day on the stream, but you know he's savvy enough now where he's more farther along in his career. So if you play any of that stuff, you end up getting claimed. Although it doesn't really. I guess I always say this doesn't really matter because I'm not monetized, but it's just annoying. Like. So let's see what your song is. See what this is here. Let's see what it is. Is it that same thing? It's Andrew Jackson.
1, 2, 3, 4.
All right, I'm gonna get claimed, but whatever. I'll play it.
Rejoice, God's ears are stitches. Oh, rejoice, his eyes are big axes. Oh, rejoice, his arms are burning witches. Oh, rejoice, his hands perform hexes. Rejoice despite the fact this world will hurt you. And rejoice despite the fact this world will kill you. Rejoice despite the fact this world will tear you to shreds.
Okay.
Rejoice because you're trying your best. And rejoice, the bed you sleep in is burning. Oh, rejoice. The sky's fucking falling. Oh, rejoice. The world we know is turning. Oh, rejoice. Your father's been calling. Rejoice, although this world will devastate you. And rejoice, although this world will penetrate you. And rejoice, although you will not survive. Rejoice, you'll never make it out alive.
Didn't we talk about music before on the channel? I don't remember if we did or not. You can only scroll back so far. I can't remember who I had all that discussion with.
Your hair, it smells like burning hair. Oh, rejoice. Your nails all got chewed off. Oh, rejoice. And holy fuck, you're bleeding there. Oh, rejoice.
WC60 on YouTube. I see that you popped up there. Good to see you.
Rejoice despite the fact this world will hurt you. And rejoice despite the fact this world will kill you.
Probably.
And rejoice despite the fact this world will tear you.
Do I have a timer set? I do. I have a timer set because I'm cooking something. Yeah, 2.5 million views.
I can kill all my best friends. I can follow those stylish trends. And God knows I could make amends. But I've got an angry heart filled with cancers and poppy tarts. If this is how you folks make art, it's fucking depressing. And it's sad to know that we are not alone. And it's sad to know there's no honest way out. I'm afraid to leave the house. I'm as timid as a mouse. I'm afraid if I go out, I'll outwear my welcome. I am not a courageous man. I don't have any big lasting plans. I'm too cowardly to take a stand. I want to keep my nose clean. And it's sad to know that we're not alone in this. And it's sad to know there's no honest way out. In this life we lead, we can conquer everything. If we could just get the grace to get out of bed in the morning. And I broke my promise on a very sharp rock. And I was possessed by something quite unfriendly. And I was hunted by a demon in my sleep. That's how I learned how to survive. And I gave a beer to a bum that was drinking. And I gave some sauce to my bestest friend for cooking. And I gave water to all I thought were thirsty. That's how I learned how to survive. And I give my money to the bank for safekeeping. And I gave my money to my landlord, he was needing it. And I gave attention to the TV that was bleeding. That's how I learned how to survive. 'Cause if you ain't got the do-re-mi, boys, if you got the do-re-mi, well, you better go back to beautiful Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Georgia, Tennessee. California is a garden of Eden, a paradise to live in or see. But believe it or not, you won't find it so hot if you ain't got the do-re-mi. And we totally ripped off a man named Woody Guthrie. And I bought a restaurant for a son named Alice. And I fed false information to the audience. That's how I learned how to survive. And I give a thank you to my father for not raising me. And I give a finger to my stepfather for beating me. And I give props to myself for achieving. Goddamn, I'm glad that I survived. Goddamn, I am surprised that I survived.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, actually he does sound reminiscent of those guys. That's a good point. But maybe funnier. um It's not. It goes on for quite some time, you know. Like it's a whole album. Um. Oh, what time is it anyway? It's time for my timer to go off. It's about to go off. So rather than wait for it to go off, I guess I'll just tend to my oatmeal. I'll be right back. I got to give it a stir and let it sit. All right, so now it'll go on for a while. Uh, Hang on.
My father for not raising me, and I give a finger to my stepfather for beating me, and I give props to myself for achieving. Goddamn, I'm glad that I survived. Goddamn, I am surprised that I survived.
Oh, that's interesting. Like,
And I just handed you a giant load of gibberish. And I give love to a lover quite deserving of it. And I give thanks to
we got this album feature on YouTube now. I didn't realize they had that, where you could actually put separate songs and they could be labeled and mouse over them. You get the discrete tracks.
Okay, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do you remember me? I killed your family. And now I am going to kill you too. I made your brother bleed. I made your father scream. And I made your mother say those things that she said to me. She said, do with me what you want, but please don't hurt my family. Don't hurt my family. Take my pride, take my life, take my body, but don't take the ones that are close to me. Oh, do with me what you want, but please don't hurt my family. Don't hurt my family. Take my pride, take my life, take my body, but don't take the ones that I love. And I continued without mercy. So I looked into your eyes, and I saw the reflection of a coward that you and I both hate very much. And then I grabbed the knife, and I let the blood out of your throat, and I smashed those tiny mirrors inside of your skull. And I got to thinking, if I don't go to hell when I die, I might go to heaven. If I don't go to hell when I die, I might go to heaven. If I don't go to hell when I die, I might go to heaven. If I don't go to hell when I die, I might go to heaven. I might go to heaven, but probably not.
Well, I guess I'm gonna go, you guys. I gotta get ready to go get ready to take a trip. So I know, I'm sorry. I'm gonna see you guys later, I guess. Um so it went everywhere and nowhere. And you're gonna have to get some other streamer to play the rest for you because I'm going away now. We'll see you guys later.